Hi, everybody. So today, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk a little bit about growth mindset. We touched on it last week. Um, we covered some myths and some realities about growth mindset. And today, we are going to cover um, how to get there to a growth mindset. So, bear with me as we talk about this. So, the first thing that you're going to need to do is to prepare to develop a growth mindset. There are 7 steps that you can take right now to develop a growth mindset. So, the first one is to determine where do you sit right now. Do you consider yourself more or less in the growth mindset pool and you're looking to make sure you stay that way? Or would you describe yourself as having a fixed mindset? Knowing which one you are, um, knowing which one you are is the first phase here. So, you can't tell where to go if you don't know where you are. So, the second step is explore why you want to develop a growth mindset. So, what is it that makes a growth mindset motivating to you? What makes you change because of wanting a growth mindset? What benefits do you see a growth mindset bringing to your life? Now, understanding this part is going to give you purpose during the difficult stages of developing this worldview. Now, find examples of others who have developed a growth mindset. Start talking to your friends, family, and colleagues about the growth mindset. See if anyone you know has also been working on developing one. They might be able to provide some valuable insights. Now, the fourth thing you want to do is change your perspective on failure. This is a big one. Start viewing failure as a sign, not as a sign of inability, but as part of the process of learning. Nobody starts out on any endeavor being the perfect example of the goal. Even the world's greatest athletes, artists, and business magnates started out as kids with little talent or expertise. The fifth thing you're going to want to do is understand your own limitations. Recognize that some things will be beyond what you can achieve. This is going to help you set realistic goals. It's going to help you understand what some endeavors, such as the ones that your genetic makeup are less suited for, will require even more effort. Now, notice how you speak and act because that's really important. How do you talk about talent and skill? Do you find yourself saying things like, I'm no good at this, or she's just naturally talented? Swap those phrases out for, I'm not great at this yet, and she clearly put in a lot of effort to become so talented. Notice how others around you speak and act, and then seek out those who have growth mindsets and foster your relationships with them. Sounds simple, right? The next thing is to learn about brain plasticity. If you're the kind of person who loves learning about how the human brain works, then consider diving into the world of neuroplasticity. This will give you a neat psychological perspective on how the growth mindset actually works. Start cultivating and developing a growth mindset. So now that you've mastered those 7 steps, you've got to start adding these growth mindset actions to your repertoire. So see all of your challenges as opportunities. Life will always find a way to throw something difficult at you. Try not to see these challenges as obstacles or setbacks that you dread. Rather, try to view them more positively. Try to view them as opportunities to overcome something difficult and grow as a result. The more difficult the challenge, the greater the opportunity for learning and growth. Second thing you got to do is reflect each day on what you failed at and what you learned from. Many of us spend some time at the end of the day reflecting on our successes. Now, this is a valuable habit, but try adding a couple of minutes to reflect on the areas where things didn't go as well. What did you learn from that experience? The point here isn't to dwell or beat yourself up, but to recognize and lock in the learning. The third thing is to stop seeking approval from others. When we seek the approval of others, we take on the wrong objective. We start taking being right as our goal rather than learning and growing. Become aware of the difference. Pause to recognize when you are pursuing approval rather than growth, and remind yourself kindly to stop seeking approval from others. You'll find that you become more comfortable with the daily features that come with stretching. Now, number 4, identify opportunities to celebrate the success of others. When others around you succeed, celebrate. More than this, get curious about what made them successful. Even better, ask them. Connect with others to understand what actions they took and how they approached the challenge to get there. The fifth thing is to focus on rewarding actions, not traits. You can help others develop a growth mindset too by praising their efforts and actions rather than their inherent traits. For example, if your child brings home a stellar result on their pop quiz, appropriate praise would sound like, "Wow, you did so well. You must have put a lot of effort into studying," rather than, "Wow, you did so well. You must be very smart." Number 6 is to start using the word yet more often. This one's really simple. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not very good at this," add the word yet. So then it becomes, "I'm not very good at this yet." Now, all of these things together will turn you into a different direction with your mindset. And that is exactly what you're looking for. You want to be at a different place with this. You want to start turning the negatives into positives. And what does that mean? Well, like I said, learn from the mistakes that you make. Those are the negatives, but learning from them turns those things into positives. It's really super simple when you look at it that way. And I want you to think about the growth mindset, and I want you to think about why you want to have a growth mindset. What's driving you towards having that growth mindset? What are you going to get from it? What happens if tomorrow you wake up and your growth mindset is in place? What the heck are you going to do with it? These are important considerations because just having a growth mindset does not itself make you successful. We discussed this in one of the myths. You got to do the work. You got to be ready and you got to be on top of things. So give that some thought. Give it some more thought. So, next week I'll be back here doing another live session. And if you have questions, drop them in the announcement post and I will address those questions. But thank you so much for your time. And if you found this valuable and you got some benefit out of it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at toptiercoachingservices.com/YouTube. Like the video. And if you want to, comment on the post. Thanks a lot, people.